Right, yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Adanlawo Olaoluwanlesi E, and I'll be having a quick presentation on my capstone project titled Extrinsic and Intrinsic Factors of Motivation in the Implementation of 5S for Housekeeping and Safety in SLU. So heading straight to my introduction. For the introduction, productivity and efficiency are among the ultimate goals of every organization or entity. And this stems from the fact that productivity and profitability are dependent on the aforementioned goals. The 5S is a lean tool that has emerged over the years and has proven to be an effective tool in addressing productivity and efficiency in every organization, irrespective of the sector they belong in the economy. St. Louis University, Baguio City, has been able to identify the positive impact of the 5S concept, and the institution kickstarted the implementation of this lean tool over a decade ago to improve productivity and efficiency in every workspace for students and faculty members. So the continuation of the introduction. So over the past decade, there have been a couple of successes and shortcomings in the implementation of this lean tool. For the statement of the problem, the implementation of 5S is a lean tool at St. Louis University. It's a practice that has been in place since the year 2008 and has attained some level of success over the past decade. Despite the continuous effort to implement 5S in St. Louis University, Baguio City, especially in labs, faculty rooms, and classrooms, in the School of Engineering and Architecture, there have been shortcomings in completely fulfilling the entire stages of 5S. And for the research objectives, to depict the novelty and initiate new solutions, this paper aims and objectives are highlighted as follows. Number one, to understand the current level of the implementation of 5S in St. Louis University, Baguio City, to investigate and evaluate what category or factor of motivation employees in the aforementioned institution leans more on to successfully implement 5S at St. Louis University. So looking at the extrinsic factors, we're going to be looking into accountability, communication, reward, and recognition. And for intrinsic factors, we have interest, cooperation, and satisfaction. This study for the methodology, this study utilized a quantitative approach in to achieve to achieving the aims and objectives. Viable and reliable questionnaires were used in obtaining germane information or data from faculty members of SLU, Baguio City, SEA, to evaluate what factor of motivation faculty members lean more on for the implementation of 5S. This was done after subjecting the questionnaire to validity and reliability test. St. Louis University served as the population of the study, and the faculty members of the School of Engineering and Architecture served as the population sample. The questionnaire used is an embodiment of statements that are followed by the traditional 5 Likert scales, which ranges from 1 to 5. So 1 meaning strongly agree, and 5 strongly disagree. The data collected via questionnaire was analyzed using the Likert scale analysis and evaluated using the mean and standard deviation. So for the result and discussion, the table here shows the evaluated mean values and standard deviation from Likert scale of the factors of motivation in SEA, St. Louis University. And we evaluated the factors of motivation analyzed, the evaluated mean value from the Likert scale, and the standard deviation of the resultant mean value. So the summary of the results collected: intrinsic and extrinsic factors of motivation for 5S implementation were analyzed, yielding key insights. Accountability emerged as a robust motivator, with respondents and consensus. So the mean value was 1.65, standard deviation 0.62. For communication, it was deemed important with the mean value of 1.90, which showed variability in opinion as the standard deviation is 0.81, prompting further investigation for this particular factor of motivation. Reward and recognition had a moderately low mean of 2.0 and a high standard deviation of 1.08, indicating a need for fine-tuning for effectiveness and inclusivity. For interest, mean is 1.65, standard deviation is 0.83, and for cooperation, the mean value is 1.61 and the standard deviation is 0.57. Both gained agreement, emphasizing the importance of nurturing interest and strengthening team cooperation. For satisfaction, with a low mean of 1.79 and relatively low standard deviation of 0.72, highlighted its significance as a motivator. And for the next table, we have a summary of the departments in School of Engineering, and FOM, meaning the factors of motivation leaned on, the average Likert scale value, and the stages of the 5S implementation in each department. So summarizing the table that I just displayed, we have emphasis on motivation factors, and this states that the cooperation and accountability identified as primary motivators. For 5S implementation stage, most departments actively involved in the 3S stage, and a notable progress is industrial engineering stands out, making significant progress at the 4S stage. For overall implication, ongoing efforts evidence in enhancing an organization and motivation. For areas of improvement, most departments, including civil engineering, chemical, electrical engineering, and architecture, identified with potential for improvement. For the general conclusion for the data summarized, the data indicates a consistent drive across departments to enhance both organization and motivation in the context of 5S implementation. And heading straight to the conclusion, for motivational factors, faculty members of SEA, St. Louis University, Baguio City, lean more towards accountability, which is an extrinsic factor, and cooperation, which is an intrinsic factor for 5S motivation. Interest and satisfaction are strong motivators indicated by a low mean score and low standard deviation. Communication and cooperation are important, but may need more attention for consistent positive impact. Reward and recognition, while positive, have a wider range of opinions and may need refinement. Overall impact of accountability. So accountability has a significant impact across a large population sample. For 5S implementation stages, the first 4 stages, sort, set in order, shine, and standardize, moderately implemented with general agreement among respondents, that is, faculty members of SEA, St. Louis University, Baguio City, and the sustained stage shows a slightly lower mean score and more variability, suggesting less consistent or effective implementation. For the importance of the sustained stage, further efforts are needed to ensure more consistent and effective implementation of the sustained stage of 5S. And for the recommendation, tailored recommendations for motivation. So recommendations are specific to each department's motivating factors and the Likert scale value. So for the strengthening specific motivating factors, departments are advised to reinforce and focus on the unique motivating factors as described in the data presented. For the exploration of strategies, explore strategies like team building, individual accountability, interest-based initiatives, and recognition. Other key recommendations include standardizing procedures, providing training and awareness, conducting regular audits, promoting interdepartmental collaboration, recognizing achievements, and adapting strategies on each department's motivation. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you.